Hey, what's up guys? I'm Ed again, A to Z Auto Masters. Welcome back. In today's video, I'll show you how to change tie rod ends, inner and outer. They're very similar in most cars. Today we're going to be doing this on a 2006 Volkswagen Passat. And let's jump into it and see how it's done. Okay guys, so we got the car set up in the air now. That's the tie rod end right there. Okay, it goes straight to the knuckle. That's the knuckle. And that's the inner tie rod end here. So before we take anything apart, we took the wheels of the car. And before you do anything, just you're gonna have to loosen that nut, the adjustment nut between the inner and outer tie rod end. Just loosen that. And I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just loosen that nut. And now it's time to take that nut off to release the outer tie rod end. Take it out. It's very simple stuff, guys, very simple. Now that's the outer tie rod end. All you have to do, just spin it out. And it's out. Most of the time they're not that easy to come off. You might have to heat that sleeve to get it out, but we're lucky enough these tie rod ends were recently changed, the outer tie rod ends, and the reason we're taking them out because the inner tie rod ends are no good. So that's what we do when we're taking them out, so we can get the inner tie rod ends out of the way. So we got this out. Now you can take this nut out also. And again, same thing on the other side. We take the nut off. And again, unscrew the outer tie rod end. And the nut. And now we can lower the car and turn the steering all the way left so we can extend this inner tie rod end all the way out. If you turn left, you're extending this side out. Okay, so we have it turned now. The boot, as you can see, the boot is completely extended this way. All we have to do is take this zip tie off, and there's another one on the inside of that, at the inside of that boot. There's another clamp. It's usually a zip tie if it was ever changed, or it's a metal clamp. Whatever it is, you're gonna have to take out. Okay, so we're gonna get this zip tie out of the way. And actually the zip tie inside is completely loose also. So we can just pull out on this boot, twist, and just pull right there. Okay. The boot is out here, and that's the inner tie rod end. As you can see, it's completely worn out. It has a lot of play. You have to take this off now. Okay guys, so we got the boot out, and as you can see, this hex one we're trying to take off. There's a special tool for inner tie rod ends. We're gonna use the tool. If you don't have the tool, you can probably use like an open-end wrench, adjustable wrench. If you can fit anything in here to loosen that, you could do it. Okay guys, so that's how the tool looks like. It's this big tube, and it has these different size fittings that will fit here and basically will lock on the inner tie rod ends, and you can use, if you want a gun on that, or if you want to use like a half-inch ratchet, it's up to you. But first of all, you have to find the right size that fits your tie rod end. Okay guys, so we got the right fitting in there. Now we have to make sure we fit the rest of the tool on top. And just like that, it's in and it's locked. Keep pressure on it, push it in, and here you got it. Right there. That's how it's gonna look like. And of course, everything we do here, we're gonna have to do the same thing on the opposite side. Now we got the new inner tie rod end, and it came with the bag. It has the nut inside, and it has some Loctite. It depends on the brand. They might come with it, might not. So basically now we're just gonna screw this back in, just like that. Okay, it's basically as tight as I can with my hand. Now we're gonna have to put the tool back on it and do the exact opposite and tie it. Okay, so we got the new one in. We have the tool on it to fit the right size back on it. And now make sure we lock it back here. And tighten this again. You don't have to be extremely tight. Okay, so we'll get the boot. Just gonna put zip tie in here, not tight. Okay, so it's time to put this boot back. So I put a zip tie here. You have to just leave it loose like that. Same thing here. Put a zip tie and leave it loose. Now just slide it in. Right there, there's usually a marking on the tie rod end. Now we can put this nut. And now we can put the outer tie rod end back. If you change in the outer tie rod end, it's time to put the new one in. These were fairly new. Somebody changed them not too long ago, so we're gonna reuse these back. Just like that for now. And we're gonna do the same exact thing at the other side. Okay guys, so we got both inner tie rod ends back in place. We put the both boot back. We put the outer tie rod end back. It's loose now. So what we're gonna do now is try to keep the wheel as straight as possible. I locked the steering up there, the steering wheel, I locked it in a straight position. And now try to keep these knuckles right and left. Try to keep them almost as straight as possible so you can fit this back, the outer tie rod end back. You're definitely gonna need an alignment after a job like this. But again, I try to keep it as close as possible before you do the alignment. Make it easy for you. So right now, this needs to go out a little bit, so give it a couple of spins. Yeah. Okay, let's put it back in place. So if it's in, You can see the wheel kind of still facing out, so we need a little bit out more. Here we go. Looks about straight here. And again, you have to do the alignment after this. We're just trying to keep it as straight as possible for now. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So we're just gonna put the two bottom nuts that hold the tie rod in place. And of course, after the alignment, you're gonna have to tighten the two nuts, the adjustment nuts in here. And basically the job's done. Okay guys, so the job is done. As we can see here, the wheel is almost very straight. And that's the other one. Okay, we're still gonna have to do an alignment. Just keep them as close as possible for now. Okay guys, so the job is basically done. We got the car, we did the alignment on the car also. If you found this video helpful, if it helped you in any way, if you learned something new, just make sure you hit that thumbs up and leave us the comment below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.